everybody. Welcome to A Little Lavender with Kevin Suker and Michael Shapiro. In case you were wondering, Michael Shapiro didn't get the memo that we're starting at 2:45 today. Yes, sir, Patrick. It is an early one today, and I'll take full responsibility for that. I have a prior commitment, and as true as we've always been, we did not want to miss an opportunity to have our podcast called A Little Lavender today. So I am here. Michael is not. But look at this. This was Michael last week with Neil Portnoy. And he's here with us in spirit today, even though he's not here as we speak. So before we get too far, and he's going to join us, I know he's coming because we just spoke. I'm going to tell you about what happened earlier today. Today, I just got back from Phoenix, Arizona, and last night, my sax player in the Docksiders and I went to Phoenix because we had bought tickets to see a very famous band called ELO. And there's a gentleman by the name of Jeff Lynne who has resurrected that band and has been playing again since, I think, 2014. And it was about an hour before the concert last night. He canceled. So we got down to Phoenix. We bought a hotel room. We had tickets to the show. And he had strep throat, apparently. And couldn't play. So we had a very interesting night in Phoenix last night. And there was absolutely no concert, which was very very interesting, to say the least. So that was the Phoenix experience. Michael will be on very shortly. I'm believing because he is so busy. He's just so busy that I'm just so grateful that he made time today to meet us here on the Lavender podcast. He played last Saturday. Apparently, this was the 10th anniversary of the Reckless in Vegas show, and he went out and had a show and played for a sold-out room at the Aliante Casino. And from what I was told, because I wasn't there that night, it was a wonderful way to leave the Reckless in Vegas brand amongst all of his friends and family and the local community that was there to support him. Hi.
You sound so mellow. Hey, Patrick. And you sound so like if you were describing an AM radio show that I may have done that's around maybe like jazz music or something. Jonathan Martin in the house. Am I wrong? You can't believe what I was doing to try to get on this podcast. I look up, I'm like, oh my God.
You were changing the oil.
It's 2:49.
You were running multiple
No,
businesses. You had a lot going on.
I underestimated the time I needed. Plus, I had some dog issues going on, and so I'm gonna have to watch this back now and see if you were genuine or were you being,
So
Kevin Suker.
The trust is deep, right?
Well, I do trust you, man. But so I'm gonna share this now. Yeah, man. So I'm gonna share this onto my page now. Okay. So to recap, what kind of shit were you talking there, buddy?
You can't hear me. I was told that they can't hear me well. Is that any better? Please
It's pretty
comment.
quiet on my end as well.
It's pretty quiet on your end?
Yeah.
Oh,
What about me, Aaron? Can you hear me? Because that's really... talk, Kevin.
Hi. Is that any better?
It's still quiet.
No?
It's weird.
It's still quiet?
Yeah.
It's really loud on my end over here.
Well, that's clipping. So
But
can you go into
Aaron says she can't hear me.
go into the StreamYard setting, not your interface, and
I'm in the StreamYard setting, but thanks for your help.
Okay, and you take that volume knob and shove it up your ass.
It's all the way turned up.
Oh, there's something weird going on. Tap your microphone.
Yeah.
Tap that mic. Tap that mic, baby. Come on, tap that mic.
Oh, I get it. I can see what's going on. That should be a little different now. Is that any different? Can you
In
hear me a little
comparison
bit
to
differently?
in comparison to what I'm hearing in my headphones, you're quieter. I don't know how it's read. Aaron, chime in. Is that better on your end? Oh, Arlene too. Can't hear. Is that for both of us? Oh, Michael sounds
Hear
good.
me, huh?
That's better. What'd you just do?
I selected a new input. Erin said she still can't hear me.
Yeah, it's still a little softer than what I'm hearing. Jonathan Martin, give us another cue. Yeah, man.
All right. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, man. What's up,
Yeah.
boys? All right. Okay. Different time today.
Hey.
It's still.
Yeah.
It's like you're not getting any more volume, but or it's compressing or something. Listen, this is what you get for changing the time. Look how pretty your wife is. She's stuck up there. Can't hear you well, Kevin. Nope, still very quiet, Aaron says. So troubleshoot your stuff.
How's that, huh?
Ooh, yeah, there you go. Big time.
There, yeah. I just needed to reboot, apparently.
Okay. Now you can talk down
Sorry.
a little bit. Just bring it down a little bit, please.
Is that any better?
Hey, I just
Arlene, can you hear me now?
you're killing
good,
me.
honey?
You're freaking killing me, dude.
Is it still too loud?
Well, for me it is. I don't know about everybody else.
Well, maybe you adjusted it because I was so quiet. So maybe
No,
you should turn that volume knob and you're sticking your ass and turn it down.
let's turn the volume knob
good?
down. That's good. Hey, listen, we have a new sponsor today. That's why we're at a different time today. It's called Barkle.
We're sponsored by.
Barkle.
No, I guess we're sponsored by what's it called?
The weed stuff? This guy?
No, we're sponsored by the calming barbiturates that you took because you were certainly a handful of shit before you got on this phone call with me.
Be honest, man. Listen,
I'm being honest. Yeah.
We started with generosity and in good faith. No money came our way. We went to a marijuana, thinking that marijuana people would be more true. There were nothing on that. So now we're moving into the dog world. If your dog has bad breath, Barkle is the stuff for your dog. It's a gel. It tastes good to them, and just gently rub it on their gums and poof.
Will it work on me?
I didn't try it on myself yet. You're more than I'll get you a bottle of this, but I think for your dog for sure. Dog smells like it ate the ass out of a cow, and my dog
smells like a penguin vagina.
How do you even know what that smells like? That's
Don't ask. Don't even ask.
So, so different time today because Kevin is got an amazing.
You know what?
Don't interrupt. Why do you interrupt?
Had you been on the podcast, you would have heard me explain to why we were early.
And let me hear the explanation.
Why don't you go ahead and reiterate to our audience?
Let's see how it is. Okay, so Kevin has an amazing show coming up in his hometown. People that were lucky enough to see you perform it at the Copa Room was an amazing show. It's Tears for Fears, your favorite band, and you did a couple other songs. So you have rehearsals scheduled, and you decided to go to see ELO with your sax player Clay, and the concert got canceled. You pushed off your rehearsal to go do that, and then you came back today, and you asked if you could change the time because you have a rehearsal today. And of course, I like to be live and everything, so we were going to tape it. And then you decided that let's just go on live at 2:45 and see what happens, which totally screwed the pooch on my schedule. But it's not about me. It's about your schedule. So, Parker he pulled a, what's new, pussycat? Yeah, man. I don't know if it's for cats, Patrick. So, and they're not our sponsor. A friend of mine from Chicago came in for the show this weekend, and his buddy started this company. He says it works amazing. I have not tried it, so I can't get behind it. I will let you know if it works on cats. So, am I not accurate about that whole thing?
No, I have a doctor appointment, and I have to be there prior to 4:00.
This happened the last time we rescheduled. Remember?
Yeah, but I don't know if you want to make shit up about me going to a rehearsal. You can do that too. That's fine.
Oh, I'm so confused. Aaron, please chime in. Please chime in.
What do we need my wife to chime in for?
Because you told me it was for the rehearsal for the Tears for Fears deal.
Why are you
What's it called again?
I never said anything.
Okay. So the doctor's appointment, we changed the schedule for little Lavender last week, which was a
Right.
debacle we talked about. And then the doctor said you could come back in, and he apologized. You're going to go back in. So that was why would you schedule these things
So
at times that don't work for you
so
for our schedule?
I'm discovering something about this.
What are you discovering?
You don't like you don't like the shifting of the schedule.
No, I'm fine with that. I think that for
No,
our
this is
no.
supposed to be honest. We're supposed to be honest with each other.
Okay, if I'm being honest, I'll tell you this right now.
You don't like the you like the schedule staying on the schedule, and you don't like the shift.
Second part's not true. I do enjoy schedules. I like consistency, especially we're 34 episodes in and we've been on point with it. Now, for me to make changes, you witnessed Mark O'Toole come into the show and go, I don't want to do it that way. And he wanted to tell me all this stuff, and I'm like, and I had to go through a process of just analyzing everything and doing it. So yes. However, my thing is that you made an assumption today that I can just shift everything. And you asked, you didn't tell me what we were doing. You asked, and I appreciate that.
I asked if you could be flexible, right?
I told you that I thought my schedule, everything on it today was flexible. I'll let you know when I get home.
You said you were busy the whole day.
Today's the bit. No, to be clear, I told you that today, the entire week, today is the busiest day of my week. Like I'm
Okay,
flexible.
So that's
Right.
what I heard. I heard
Okay.
you were very busy today, right? But yet you were
True.
still flexible enough to make this work today.
I also
Based
told you.
upon my schedule for
I
rehearsal.
I also told you that everything I was doing today is, I believe, is flexible. I'd call you when I got home after therapy and let you know if that's true. And I did let you know
And
that it
you
was
did.
true, and we made the
certainly
move.
did.
So it's not about being not flexible. It's about consistency and the fact that I got a program. I schedule things around it, and then when Kevin Suker decides he wants to do something different, it's like everybody jumps around and makes the changes around you. And I want to be that guy for you. My friend Jay from Italy is calling. He's from Italy. This is a good friend of mine.
Wow,
We should bring him in on the show.
Why don't you take that? I'll take this over.
Well, you hold on a second.
Yeah.
Now
why
let's
don't
bring him in for a second. Hold
why
on.
don't you-
Let's listen to my friend. Hold on a second. Hey Jay, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. So, just full disclosure, your voice is on a little Lavender right now. We're in the middle of a podcast. We're doing it at an unscheduled time to make it convenient for Kevin Suker and his busy life. So, can I call you back, or do you want to phone in and be live on the podcast? You could do that too.
Sure, I can call in. What number do I call?
I'm going to send you a link. It's a link. We want to see. We want to see your face because you're in Georgia right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to send you. I'm going to send Kevin your phone number, and then he'll send you. No, an email. You right? You need an email, Kevin? He's ignoring me. Jay, text me your email address, and I will get the link sent to you. You know what? Never mind. I don't want you on the podcast today. It's just going to be about me and Kevin. It was a good idea for a second, but I've changed my mind. I love you. I'll call you when we get done.
Sure.
Okay, bye.
That's probably better.
Bye-bye. How do you like that? Kind of rude, right? I sucked him in, and then, which came up in therapy today, by the way.
Do share. Are we going deep here?
No. I like that your wife said Michael is fine. Thank you, Aaron. That's beautiful. Your wife's hitting on me on the podcast. Did she say it like, Michael is fine? Is that what she said?
Where did she say?
It's a top comment up there. It's at the very top of that. And it's like, then there's a bunch of no. So she's teasing me too. That's where I got it from.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Are we complete with the conversation about the time change and everything?
Yeah, I think so. You let me
Okay.
know if there's still more that you need to discuss about me asking to change the time on you today.
No, I'm good. I'm good. We pulled it off. I was a little late, and you know what? I really have a problem with being late to things. So thank you for not, hassling me. And I tried. And when I came on, man, you were being very kind.
I said Michael's busy. His schedule is,
Man, that's really.
you're busy, and
Yeah.
I graciously came on and didn't want to leave our 2 fans listening without anybody there, so I came on and I just explained what was going on and why the change in the time, and that you needed some more time to watch the dogs take a shit and all the things that you're doing so busily over there that you couldn't join us with today. So it was no problem at all.
Yeah, well, you know how life goes, man. You just got to roll with the punches, brother, right? And I appreciate you. Where did that go? Let's see. Show. Look at this. Weird. I just made that. Look at me. I'm a producer
That's
now.
nice. You are.
Yeah. Now the one that follows that though is this one. This is boring. So, don't you feel
Boring
bored?
conversation.
Are you bored today? Do you feel a little bored?
I'm not. Arlene is still here. Arlene Gibson is still with us.
Well, that's promising. Hi, Arlene. I'm still here. Good.
That's great.
Good.
That's good. So you had a show, right? You played. Did you play this last weekend?
No, we didn't. No, you're confused. What do you mean?
Got it. No, I heard. I heard that you had a show.
It's weird. It's probably preempting the show we're having on Saturday.
Sam Novak called and said that you guys had a wonderful show.
Sam writes. He's an entertainment writer here in town, and I've learned that when it comes to the media, you really can't trust anything that these guys say. Although Sam was there, yes, we had a good show. We had a fun show. Max said you guys are being boring. Max, next time I see you, I'm going to give you a big hug because I love you, buddy. I love you, man. I love you. What's boring about it? What about the media? Look at Diane Davis.
It's amazing.
Look.
You were so full of piss and vinegar on the call with me before you got on here, and you came on. It was like you took a little calming suppository, and you just relaxed, and you took a breath. And
the therapist.
It's nice to have this Michael back.
The therapist was like, "Wow, what's going on? You're so mellow today." And I go, "You know what? I retired. I don't produce shows anymore." And it's like, oh my God, the weight's lifted. Not that I won't play, but I'm not gonna. Is John Katz on today? Is that a joke, Brian? Asking for a friend. We wish he would be on. We wish. I'd love to have Johnny Katz on. Yeah, I pulled a weird move. I've reached out to Sam and I reached out to John. I adore both these guys, right? They're human beings just like us. We all have our things. Johnny's got his things. Sam's got his things. They're both talented writers. They're both very. Diane, don't take over the show and then like talk to Brian. You guys are related. You can do that on your own. Kevin, come back here. Don't make me be alone in this, okay? I know you're afraid. So I just felt compelled to. They've got a little rift between them, and they have for a long time. And it's. I'll speak for myself. I'm always a little awkward with the friendships. Again, Johnny, I've known Johnny since 2014. He was so supportive of us when we first came here. Sam, since I met Sam, incredibly supportive of the entertainment community. They both do what they do. They have differing opinions. They don't agree on the same stuff, but there's a rift. And is it a rift or riff? Rift, right, with a T on the end? Correct me, Kevin.
You
don't know.
It's a cliff.
It's a cliff. Is it a cliffed hanger or a cliffhanger?
It's a cliffed palette.
I used my platform, and I didn't mean to go there. I was really kind of like, the client you're working with, the incredibly talented Christine Shebeck. When I saw her perform with her brother, she goes, she mimed like she was looking in her.
Is this a new story, or are you tying this back into the?
I'm tying it back in. She mimed as she was opening her purse, and she goes, "I'm all out of fucks to give." And I thought, I love that. And I think that this last show, our 10-year anniversary show, I was expecting technical glitches because the moon was weird and my phone was up, things were going wrong. And everything was so smooth. And I got to look at Diane. She's great. She's a writer talking about the meat. That's why she's chiming in on the, an open space as in a forest or a cloud mass or a clear interval, a break in friendly relations. That's the one I'm talking about right there. A break in friendly relations. A rift between two people. Yes. A rift between two nations. Yeah, we got a lot of that going on too. So I called it out. And I didn't, you know me, man. I'm improvising, right? Like you do, Kevin. When you're on stage, sometimes you get going with an audience member. I can see I've lost Kevin as my audience. And I did a bold thing, and I hope I didn't hurt anybody's feelings. I never want to do that. And I tried to be funny about it, but I'm not a funny guy, so... Who knows how it landed. I reached out to Sam. He was good. I reached out to Johnny. I haven't heard back from him yet. Not a good sign, but he's a busy guy. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. And Ken Henderson had the funniest line of the night. When I did that in the front row, Ken Henderson goes, "Wow, this really is your last show." Which I thought was really great. Thanks for listening. Did I bring that back home enough for you? Did we complete that?
Yeah, you landed the plane. It was nice.
In mellow. I did it mellow, man.
I know. I love how in control you are now.
It's like that
sort of
doesn't
freewheeling
matter.
out of control Michael Shapiro is just not. We don't like that guy much.
Man,
He's so aggressive, and you are so kind and heartfelt. Like, I
just
don't
have
know.
love in my heart for everybody. My heart is expounding out of my chest. Look.
Look at that. Hey, how's Murray Sawchuk? We haven't heard from Murray in a little bit, right?
Murray said he's going to try to make it today. I don't really know. I don't know. Hey guys. Hey, it's Murray Sajek here. You know what? You guys are amazing today. I'm actually getting. I was going to do a magic trick for you. All right, you guys ready? You want to see a magic trick? I was going to do that, but Michael's kindness really threw me for a loop when I started to think about myself and my life.
And quite honestly, isn't it a little too dark up there, Murray?
What do you mean? What do you mean there, Kevin?
You know, where Michael puts you. Isn't it a little dark?
Oh, no, I love it up his ass. It's very, I get inspired up there, yeah. I don't live in his ass, Sucre. Don't be a jerk. I'm trying to be kind here. You guys are great, and I got a magic trick. Watch this. I'm going to disappear. Huh? Pretty good. So, oh, man. So, really, will you promise me something? And let's get clean here. Are you really, oh, by the way, Diane, thank you for that deep dive on the definition of rift, and okay, now we can, okay, bye. So be honest, is it really a doctor's appointment again today, or is it rehearsal, or is it both?
I'd be breaking HIPAA regulations if I start talking about my medical issues right now, and I really don't feel comfortable. No, I really don't feel comfortable doing that, and I really don't appreciate the pressure to have to talk about that.
I support you, man.
But
you did bring it up though.
I have a rehearsal.
Okay. You tried to activate me there, didn't you? Did you see how I held myself? I just tried to commit myself a hug.
You know, you're in the place of Zen to begin with. There's no activation at all.
Read my shirt.
Life is good.
Yeah. No obligations, no commitments, no this, no that. It's yeah. Well, it's good. We'll see how it lasts. I've got a lot to do. I've got a lot of projects to do around the house. Projects for me, By the way, did you know what happened to my amplifier on the stage there?
I learned of this the other day, but why don't you tell everybody else?
Well, I went ahead and I have a beautiful acoustic amp that I got about used. Loved it. It was acting a little intermittent, so I actually, after playing with it, it warranted buying a new one, and they're incredible. Anywhere I go, people are like, what is that? And so I packed it in an amp. We have an Anvil Road case that takes a lot of small pieces to go in it. And when I loaded the video wall into the trailer for the Aliante show, I had to put it upright. And I peeked at it to be sure my electric guitar cabinet the mesh wasn't being pressed, but I didn't think about the acoustic amp. Flipped it over. So when we loaded in, I saw an imprint on the front soft screen of this acoustic amp. And I'm like, shit. When I plugged it in to play it, it had a lot of crackly sound. Was that happening when you were there? Thank you for coming to the sound check, by the way, Kevin.
I didn't hear your acoustic guitar. I heard it when you started to play that song that Mark O'Toole decided he didn't want you to play it on.
Sure. Okay. So the crackling on the monitor, no problem for front of house because it's direct, whatever. So we pulled the screen off, Chris did, and the tweeter was just crunched in. So you know the trick with the tweeter, with the speakers, you can take the gaff tape and try to pull them out. We tried that for a little while. I love you, Brian. You are on point. I love that. You know what? I hate to tell you this, but corporate gigs do not sustain that particular thing. There's nothing rock star about it, but it is good for the bank account. I will admit that for sure. So that amp, I've spent some time writing to the company in Switzerland. Schurtler's from Switzerland, by the way. I thought that they were a German company. I was wrong about that. And so they're going to send me out a new tweeter, and I'm going to do what was I talking about that? Oh, no, I have no idea. Man, I may be calm, but I'm whacked. So what's new for you, man? Your music video, you shared a clip. I got to see it. It's not out yet. I shared it with Christian, it's so cool. It is so cool to know that Vincent John puts out a song, and he'd been working on that for years. Like, that was an important thing for him, and he loves James Bond, and he puts out this really great, his arrangement's amazing. He did a really good job on it. And you, my friend.
It inspired me.
Right. Not only inspired you.
His song inspired me.
But within what, a month and a half, not only did you turn around immediately, you turned around an arrangement, but then very shortly after, you somehow enrolled a 45-piece orchestra, and then you shot a music video for it, edited the video. I mean, dude, it's crazy that when a creative person, not just you, but other creative people, they put their mind to something and what they can create. What impressed me, or maybe not impressed, but like blew me away, I'm impressed, was how quickly you create. And it wasn't at the expense of the art, because the art's incredible. How quickly you knocked all that out, man. During touring and kids and residency on the Strip and all that stuff. And like, you're a machine, man.
It's just inspiration, right? Like we are when we're inspired to do the work, we can do anything. And I'm not saying that like altruistically. I'm just saying, when there's something that you want to do versus something that you have to do, you tend to excel or prioritize the thing that you want to do. The adult in you says I should probably prioritize the thing I have to do before I satisfy the thing that I'd want to do. I have just found a way to compartmentalize my life.
Avoidance, you mean?
No, I don't think there's such thing as avoidance. I think it's just compartmentalizing. It's prioritizing in a very specific kind of way. At least for me, right? Like I've learned how to juggle a whole lot of balls.
Started at a young age with your own.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for that. That's why I left a pause.
Thanks for the. I wasn't sure I wanted to lay in on that one.
Yeah, there was plenty places to go there. But I've learned, and you as a band leader or a former band leader, we are tasked with making a whole lot of things happen all at once, and people don't see the puppet show that goes on behind the scenes to make the things that happen in front of the scenes make sense. So yeah, and I think those that are good at doing that make it look kind of effortless, even though it's chaos galore, right? Like at any point in time, 3 wheels could be falling off the car, and nobody should know the difference of what is going on or not.
Especially during a performance.
Exactly. Even during the performance. I mean, it could be before the performance, could be even after the performance, right? I've had, band blow-ups and members that have happened after the show that have no place. It kind of does, because you're still part of what's going on.
You also have a luxury. I've seen you have a luxury in being a singer that's not playing an instrument when you have multiple people on stage. I've seen you have some tech stuff. The audience would not know that there's a tech issue, but you have the luxury to be able to walk off the stage and reset or do what you got to do. And I have that little envy in that situation, because I feel like I can't really do that so much. When there's a problem that I have to attend to, then there's an issue. And we've been fortunate, right? We've been doing it long enough where we don't have that kind of stuff happen. But it does happen, and you're very graceful about it.
Isn't it nice that you get to talk about this in the past tense now?
Well, look, I'm a recovered producer. There's some confusion here, and I think you're confused by it too. And I've said it to you, but you're not hearing me. And for Diane's comment, no, not rich, but I'll tell you this, that the way I was doing it, producing my own shows, I was losing money. It was costing me money. And so what I've made a decision to do, and what we have done since, the end of September until now, is choose shows that we make money on it. Everybody gets paid but me. Kevin has done so many shows that his partners in his crew, they didn't get paid, and the hired musicians they brought in got paid. Where does that money come from? And when people don't buy tickets to shows, if we don't sell enough tickets and we paper them to create the experience, it doesn't pay the bills. And when you have hotels and venues that are charging you rent to be there, and they're charging you labor to be there, and it'd be one thing if they were promoting and advertising the show. It's a tough deal. It's a tough deal. And for me, I would watch my savings account go like this. Do we have some wins? Yes. But overall, across the board, on average, all this gear, the 35, 40 years of time that Kevin and I put into our crafts, the artists that we share the stage with, the other musicians and singers, and they've all spent their life perfecting their craft. They're become, may I say, experts at what they do. Not to mention how expensive all the equipment is. I mean, your road gig. Your equipment. It's crazy. I got the same stuff. Where does that money come from? And it has to be recouped. And when we're in an environment in Las Vegas that simply says you can rent the room, we're going to keep the alcohol money, we're going to keep the restaurant money, the casino money, and good luck, you guys. And I'm like Kevin, we're creative. We're going to, yeah, we can pull this off. We can do it. Kevin and I have both risked our own money, not investor money, our own personal money that we have earned to do our dream. And we both learned simultaneously, not even knowing each other, that we were both on the same path. And we learned that it's total bullshit. And the advertising companies make money, the venues make money, and the artists that bring the people to the venue are not making money. The ticket companies make money. And, at some point you just go, no. And Kevin can make money touring and make money on the road, and he's now got a really amazing opportunity with the venue that he's at now at the Venetian. Incredible, warranted, deserved it, worthy, lucky, all that stuff is there, and good. For me, it's about corporates. It's about where they're going to pay, and I'm going to pay everyone. I don't want to undercut. What's the number one thing that if you've got a hotel over your head and they're like what do they say about your cast costs? What's the first thing they say when you're not really hitting the mark? What's the first thing they tell you to do?
Cut people.
You're paying people too much. Really? So what do you think? I'm going to pay somebody $80 for a 90-minute show and a half an hour to get there and a half an hour on the back end? It's ridiculous. And there are people that are out playing musicians, quality musicians that are playing 4 or 5 sets of music, 5 people for like $600. It's just not. That's not
for
what
5 hours.
If you do the math on it, that doesn't even include parking and drive time and all the crap.
I talked to a dear friend of ours today who's a very, very well-known entertainer here in Las Vegas, and she told me that this next weekend she's got to go entertain at one of these casinos and sing for 5 straight hours for no money whatsoever.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. And she's terrific. She's skilled. She's talented. She's beautiful. She's
incredible,
reliable. All those things. Yeah. Well, it is the climate of Las Vegas. It is where we're at, and I'm done with that, right? But I will always play music. I'll always write music. I want to do a new album. I also want, Reckless in Vegas only put one. We put 3 albums out, right? Two EPs, and then The Hard Way, which is the Vintage Vegas thing. We have there's 11 arrangements on there. There's 2 of those are medleys, so technically it's 14 arrangements on that album, but 11 tracks. We have 29 total arrangements that we do in the show, and we switch them out. We demoed them, and we have them, and they're copywritten. The arrangements are copywritten, but we never released an album. So I'd like to do that, but like people think you're done. No. I'm not done. That'd be like you know. I mean, when you went from your career early on. I don't know what happened. You never shared with me exactly what was the decision factor for you to get into artist management. Because you did artist management for 2 decades. Is that right? 20 years? Mm-hmm. So you put your dream on the sideline for 20 years. Was that a financial decision for you? Or so purely 100%, financial?
100% financial.
Yeah.
And I also had a knack for it. Like I was
you're
really
good at it.
I was really good at making the deal.
Do you think that being a musician and having some seat time being that and doing that made you a better manager?
I say that to everybody that I used to manage. Like I always said that I'm the type of manager. I'm an artist first.
Yeah.
And I'm a manager second. And I'm the type of manager that the artist in me wished that I had when I was just an artist.
Yeah.
So I think like an artist does, but I also have this very unique way of thinking like a manager does. A lot of our breed is so emotionally wrapped up in the creativity that they can't wear the business hat correctly.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I wear it perfecly,
It's the burnout part, though. That's really the hard part to regulate.
And it's hard, right?
Yeah.
There's times where it's very difficult to stay, the best decisions in business are made without emotion.
Absolutely. Yeah, and when you're not doing it from a place of fear, or fearing of not getting what we want, or fear of losing what we have. and it's hard to walk those two lines. And so having a guy like you outside of that, you probably made way better decisions for your artist.
It was easier because
Yeah.
I wasn't emotionally invested the way that the artist is. Where it's harder is I'm also the manager of the Docksiders.
Yeah, well, right.
So,
that's exactly the point. That's very difficult.
That's a very, I have outside counsel. You, as a matter of fact, are a part of my outside
You're fucked.
counsel. No, I'm very serious, right? Like
Yeah.
I run.
Well, we run ideas by each other.
We run
yeah.
ideas back
Yeah,
and forth. Like,
yeah,
what would
yeah.
you do in this scenario? How
Yeah.
would you handle the way this response came off? How should I respond in a way that doesn't convey that I'm fucking pissed, right? Like that makes sense, that we can actually get something done. You know, my wife is the same. Do you and Jolie share those sort of business conversations as well, or is that something that you're a little bit more protective of?
She's in on all of it. She's in, you know, Jolie and I have an interesting relationship in the sense that you know, I run everything by her. I run our budgets, our finances, our business, our ideas. My feelings get hurt by something, I talk to her about it. Like I'm an open book with her, and it's been, I can't tell you how many times I perceive something, and then she's like, well, what about maybe looking at it like this? And then, you know, it always turns out to be the higher ground with her, and she's so smart with that. I would be screwed without her probably. I want to just divert a little bit for a second. Hi, Anita. Anita, we celebrated Anita's birthday. She was one of our birthday people at the show. And Anita, I did look at the gift you gave me. On your birthday, you gave me a gift. It is so beautiful, and I did see a message from you. I will call you, and you can tell me the backstory. It's a little angel stone, Kevin, and it's got an angel in it. It looks like it's maybe not plexiglass, but whatever that clear glass is. And then
Is it for your bum?
She's going to tell me what to do with it. She might go, you know what, stick that up your head. No, I think it's just kind of like a protective piece. And she was so kind to give it to me. I love people who have birthdays and you show up and they give you a gift. I mean, that's selfless.
The way it should be.
You mean on your birthday you should give everybody else gifts?
Yeah, that's the way it should be. You should be giving people gifts that, you know, make your life have
pocket
a
angel
special meaning.
It's a pocket angel, buddy. Yeah, man. So, okay, we'll talk about it off the show. Anita, I want to get your personal take on that. So, what else we got? So you got, oh, yeah, she wrote Pocket Angel. There it is.
Pocket Angel. Yeah, that's...
Going back to what you're saying about running stuff by people, you know, you and I have some today is
Happy
Bert's
birthday, Bert Davis.
That's right, man.
Love you, Bert Davis. Happy birthday, my friend.
What are you doing for him today, Diane?
Do you know his wife, Diane? Diane and I share the same birthday.
I did know that, yeah.
As does Stephanie Calvert, our friend Stephanie Calvert. We all, three January 22s.
Yeah, it's going to come up sooner than you know. And happy birthday, Bert. We'll send him a message. Did you get him anything, Kevin?
I did. I got him an angel rock.
You're just inspired by people around you.
I
did give a little dedication to Ira. You know, did you know Ira, Kevin, or was that kind of after?
Can I tell you something about Ira?
Yeah.
Happy early birthday to our dear friend Patrick and my fellow Wisconsinite. Thank you for sharing
94-year-old mother.
Amen to your 94-year-old mother. I love that. May she live a long and healthy life.
She's already done that, man. She's 94, bro.
Continued. So this is what I got to say. So we moved to town in August of 2022. Our first show at the Duomo in the Rio was September 8th, 2022. Okay. I hired Ira Kuzma, who I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
And I was told that he was the guy that should shoot our show. Ira Kuzma that night hit his head on a speaker at our show. That
happened.
I was at the opening night of the Docksiders show.
Hold on. Paula, better late than never. And by the way, Kevin did the show early today, so you're actually early. But okay, continue. I had no idea that happened at your show, by the way.
He hit his head at our show.
Wow.
On a speaker or something or other.
Yeah.
And then I was told it was a couple days after that where he had his stroke.
Fell down. Yeah, he fell down and he landed on his beautiful wife Marie, and then he went in the hospital, and I visited him in the hospital, and And then when he got out of the hospital, like he had paralysis, like he really had a lot of rehab to do. And Marie was by his side, and he would reach out to me, "Hey man, when are you coming over?" And I was like so much in the middle of all my bullshit and so busy. And I'm like, "Oh man, I'll get over there. I'll get over there." I told him last week or a week before, I said, "Hey man, I got these three corporates and this last 10-year anniversary show. I'm gonna come have lunch with you when I'm done, which would be this week we're in right now." And I found out that he died last week, and I just the friendships, the love, the family, the like to be able when there's time, do it when you have time. I could have figured out a way to make that work sooner. It just was something I felt like I could just I'll do it when I have a little bit more free time, and it's a huge regret of mine, and I can give up in any hope of having a better past. And I'm looking at things a little bit different now, and when I can, I will. And when I can't, can I make it work? And I will. And I prioritize. You're talking about prioritizing stuff and compartmentalizing all that stuff. I think it's a really important way to live life, It's yeah. God rest his soul. Yeah. So you only knew him that one night that he worked with you guys.
I did, and then I ran into him again. I had heard that he had that stroke, and then somebody said it was because he had hit his head at our show.
They didn't know for
night.
Sure, but right, they thought it might be part of it.
And then we ran into him at Passover, at the big community Passover this last year, and we had a beautiful conversation, and I was hopeful that he could come out to our show, and he and Marie were talking about how that would work, and I just remember him having such great personality that first night that I met him, and he was kind of directing the photography and the red carpet, and wasn't taking crap from anybody, and was just full of charisma. And I wish I would have known him longer. Because he seemed like he's just a great guy, and the outpouring of support from the community to see the tributes on social media, you could clearly tell that Ira really touched a lot of this community.
Yeah, hi Barbara Brighton. She came to the show. That was good to see her. She introduced me to Skip Trenier. He was there. And that was very cool. So Ira actually, he's done a few red carpets for us too, and I met him early on here, and we actually had him do the photos we invited him to our wedding party back in Vegas, and he came and he did all the pictures. I was in my computer the other day looking at all the photos that he's ever done, any of the red carpets I've ever been on that he photographed, and in the folder of our wedding, I found the photos that he did, and he's just been amazing. Oh, look at Kevin's mom is wishing Bert a happy birthday. Is she hitting on him right now? Mike, does Mike know that?
No, my parents adore the Davises.
Yeah, but I think Marco's being a little flirty right now with Bert. Am I wrong in reading that?
I think you're wrong.
Did you see? Wait, put that back up. How many exclamation marks are on there? And a birthday cake.
And a birthday cake. Look how sweet
three.
that is.
3 is code. 3 is like wink, wink. I think.
My mom's
Margot,
the sweetest.
you vixen, you. I know what you're doing.
Yeah, she knows better.
All right, we're going long, man. Let's. And I don't want.
And I have to get to my doctor appointment. Right?
Can we don't talk about this HIPAA laws? Can we end today by saying goodbye and not hanging up on one another? It'll be the only episode that's ever happened that a guest didn't get hung up on, which is an enduring quality that we do for people. But for us right now, in the spirit of Ira and my amazing calmness today, and you holding space for me today, Kevin, even though you look like a green leprechaun with your green light there. And did you already hang up? No, we're still ticking. So right at, we got 12 seconds left. Any last words? See you next Tuesday. We'll be here Tuesday at the regular scheduled time. You're welcome for the boring conversation today. See you next Tuesday. There it is, 5 p.m., unless Kevin has a doctor's appointment. I'm sorry, a doctor's appointment. Have a great